What is up, my Bubblybois here in a video, and today we are showcasing a pretty interesting deck today. Not a deck that I really thought I would be playing at all, or even enjoying this deck at all. But today we are showcasing Kashtira. So I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but it's actually kind of fun to play. Now, I'll explain why in a bit. Before we get started, I'm happy to say that we have finally reached 50 subscribers. Let's celebrate that. And you know what? Our new subscriber goal, I think I could go a little bold this time. So how about 100 subscribers? Yeah, I think we could do that. 100 subscribers. I believe in you guys. Let's try and get 100 subscribers. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, I won't waste any more of your time. Here we go. So to start things off, we're gonna run to Ash. You could like try cutting like a lance for an Ash, but I thought lance was so much more effective that I just wanted to cut Ash for it. But of course, you could cut one lance for an Ash. There's no problem with that at all. Next three, D-Shifter. D-Shifter is pretty mandatory in Kashtira. D-Shifter is one of the most broken cards this format. Definitely need to ban this card, Konami. What are you guys doing? We need to ban this now. Alright, so next, three Fenrir. Three Fenrir is pretty mandatory. It's Searcher of the deck, and it's a monster banish. Really, really insane. One Ogre, pretty mandatory. One Scareclaw Kashtira, also pretty mandatory. Just basically a little bit more names. Two Unicorn, of course, we will be running three, but two is the number right now. And three Rice Heart. I definitely like three Rice Heart a lot. Ups the consistency, and I just don't see myself running less than that. Next, three Birth. Three Birth gives you that extra normal summon, so where you could go into your Shangri era. And Theosis is what like people ask the most, so just be careful about that. Basically, you target a Kashtira monster you control, and summon another one from the deck. Usually, you want to summon like uh any one of these. Like, say if you summon Unicorn this turn, but you have Fenrir on the field, you mostly want to summon the Unicorn. But let's say if you already use these two effects, like let's say you have Unicorn and Fenrir, you summon the Unicorn, grab the Birth, Fenrir, grab something like a Rice Heart or something like that. And then you have like Theosis in hand as well. Like you could go Ogre, grab the Trap, Big Bang, which is actually not that bad at all. It's basically like an EV match for your opponent, but it's only monsters, which is actually not that bad. Next, three Pressure Planet and one Terraforming. This is your field spell that searches for your Kashtira monsters, so you want to max that out. And for extra consistency, I'm running only two Pot of Prosperity. Now, I know what you're thinking. Three Prosperity is mandatory, like, the ups to consistency, the whole deck, like, a ton. I don't know why you're not playing three Prosperity. Now, before you try to bite me on this, um, I'm gonna have some explaining to do. So, why am I running only two Prosperity? Prosperity, I think, is a card that it should be run at two and never more. I mean, you could run less than that. You could even run one Prosperity if you wanted to. But I don't think three of it should be necessary. Just because once you activate Prosperity, you have the option to execute six cards. Then after that, you have another one in the deck they could use mid-game. But what about the third one? Are you going to manage another three cards? You're using like 12 cards. Like, that's 12 cards out of, like, the six for the first one, three for the second one, and three for the third one. That's in total 12 cards you're going to banish out of your extra deck. And plus the other three cards that you want to use in the game. So, like, I don't think you go into the third prosperity at all. So that's mainly a brick for the deck. Just like the second and third shifter, but like I think running this at two is fine because you don't want the third one to be a brick in your deck. But you could definitely run this at three if you really want to. Next three imperm, pretty mandatory, pretty good hand trap overall. I'm not running Jewel in the main because like it doesn't really hit money decks now that you think about it. Pearly they do everything in draw phase, so it doesn't really matter. Kashtira and the mirror match maybe a little bit, but like not insane. And just like most like Unchained, they don't give a crap about freaking Droll, so that's why we're not running Droll in the main. Doesn't really stop the top decks. I mean, like maybe a little bit of Cashier, but overall doesn't really hit the top decks. And then one Big Bang. Next we're gonna go on to the extra deck. One Entis, one Barone. Oh, let's see if it shows the Barone. Um, one Arise Heart, and two Shangri Era. These are pretty mandatory, like Infinity Track Mountain Smasher, Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation. Two Zeus is pretty mandatory because most of your extra deck is all XZs. Mega Phantom Beast, Big Eye for breaking boards, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon to burn, Donner, Infinity Track Goliath, and Lingeribo for the Ibly because now Sprite and Rescue Ace can go into the Ibly lock. My bubbly boys. Now we go on to the side deck. I just want to change something in the side deck real quick. Now that I thought about it, you definitely don't want to use Nib in this deck because like if you like going second with Nib and like you summon the Nib, clear the board, you control a monster, so you can't summon out these Kashtira monsters. That's why Nib is not really good in side deck. Maybe good in the main, but I mean I don't think Nib is that great at all. So two draw, I don't think you should run three. I think two is fine. Three bell is insane. I've been using this a lot. It's like insane for different matchups, like the mirror match, branded, unchained a little bit too. It's actually not that bad at all. Um, three cross out. I'll show you guys why I run three cross out in a bit. One harpies, two lightning storm. This is for back row decks. One dimensional barrier. This is for the cross out target. So you basically want to run like these four going second. Then if the opponent goes like D barrier, you go cross out, and you go like cross out, banish the D barrier from the deck, and that way you can still keep on playing. Next three evenly match, way better board breaker than Nib. That's why I just literally just added it in this deck. And that is it, my bubbly boys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see a match with this deck, don't forget to leave a comment down below. And see you guys next time. Peace.